Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency and Wally Hatchett's Comfort Food and Drinks at 6439 Summer Avenue.
And folks, we're talking with Jason Hart, co-founder of Nomad Hunting Apparel and Hook Fishing Apparel. And Jason, I spoke with you yesterday when I was in Nashville, and so were you. And tell us what you were doing in Nashville.
Well, I've got a good friend that at one time was a rock star. Now he's a country music singer by the name of Aaron Lewis, and it was his 50th birthday party last night. So I had a free afternoon after I got done guiding turkey hunts. So I flew into town and had a big time in Music City with a bunch of my rowdy friends. So had a good time. Now I'm heading to Delaware to chase turkeys on Good Friday and Saturday over on the East Coast.
Well, speaking of turkeys, why don't we talk turkey? Where all have you hunted this season so far? This in 2022.
Well, so far I started my season down in South Florida where I usually start. Then I was in South Carolina for our opener, and then I've made it over to Georgia, made it to North Carolina, and I made it to Illinois so far. So and Mississippi. So I've spent just about every weekend since the first weekend in March chasing them somewhere, and I've had a pretty good season so far. I've got to pull the trigger on 3 myself, and I've called up 3 for other friends, and then I called up 2 that other friends missed. So I've had a pretty good season, but over the last 2 weeks I've had a little bit of run of bad luck. It seems like everywhere I've gone, the weather hadn't been cooperating, and when the weather doesn't cooperate, the turkeys don't seem to cooperate either. So,
well, if wouldn't be, I think I could speak for the rest of the state of Tennessee. If the bad weather's following you, you can just stay someplace else and hunt birds. We like our good weather and would like to have it stay that way. Hey, something you mentioned in a conversation we had the other day. You said that you had just completed have already completed the U.S. Slam. Is that correct?
Yes, I finished that last year, and it's called the U.S. Super Slam, which is harvesting a wild turkey in every state that the wild turkey exists. So right now there's huntable wild turkey populations in 49 out of 50 states, with Alaska being the one that does not have turkeys. And so anyhow, I set forth. I had a great hunting friend and a fellow hunting industry buddy of mine, James Guthrie, passed away in 2013, and he and I used to turkey hunt together all over. And when he passed away, I decided that life's short, and I wanted to go ahead and see if I could complete it. So it took me after I put my mind to it, took me 7 years, and I finished last spring on April 20th in West Point, Mississippi, with my good friends at Mossy Oak Brand Camo. So
when you
go ahead.
Let me just jump in here real quickly. Where'd you shoot the first one that you count for the Slam?
Well, my first one I shot in 1995. My first 2 turkeys ever harvested near my hometown in South Carolina, and that kind of started the fuel of my passion of turkey hunting, and so. I pretty much since then I've been pretty much hardcore chasing them, and got my first Grand Slam, which is harvesting one of all the 4 subspecies back in 2005, and then started chasing different Grand Slams with different gauges and archery gear and muzzle loader, and then when Buddy Guthrie passed away, I decided that the U.S. Slam, trying to harvest one in every state, was something I was going to do.
All
so
right.
Finished it up last year, and it was definitely a fun journey for sure.
Hey, talk to us about, we're talking a lot of hunting here with Jason, with Nomad and Hook Fishing, but you guys every year come out with some new apparel, not only for Hook Fishing but also Nomad, and we've got turkey season come up. What's new in the apparel world for Nomad?
Well, we are well known for our turkey hunting vests, and we came out with our 4th vest this spring. We've been launching vests the last few years, and this spring we came out with a product called the Bull Lounger Turkey Vest, which is a turkey vest that's unlike anything that's ever been on the market. It has an internal frame, and for the last 10 years, I spent most of my time hunting out of a turkey chair, which turkey chairs are bulky. They weigh about 8 pounds, and they're just not easy to carry. So I wanted wanted to solve that problem. And so we designed an internal aluminum frame that basically allows you to sit upright and have the same comfort of a chair, but built into the vest. So
wow.
That was the biggest new item we have. And we also came out with a new binocular harness system. We're calling it the Nomad Bino harness for more of a minimalist hunter, a run and gun hunter. We've made different attachments that go to it, such as a thermocell attachment, a box call attachment, a friction call attachment, and a rangefinder attachment. So you pretty much, if you want to go minimal and just carry your binoculars, carry a box call, a friction call, you can just put that on and you're good to go. So those are some of the items. We've also got a new pant, the mesh light pant, and then as far as camouflage patterns are concerned, we brought back mossy oak greenleaf this year.
Wow,
which,
cool.
Great.
Which we brought that back. We had it for a while, and we discontinued it for 1 year and realized the consumers asked for it. So we brought it back, and it's actually available. It's an independent dealer exclusive, so it's available you can only find it at independent dealers throughout the country, basically mom and pop type shops. So
that's great.
Yeah, we're just trying to support the folks that have supported us since we started. So yeah, a lot of great items as far as Nomad's concerned. Then coming in the fall, we'll be launching a lot of other new items, such as new waterfowl products, as well as new white-tailed deer products. So
you got Frank's attention there when you said waterfowl.
Yep. Talk to us.
Yes, Well, we had somewhat of a soft launch last year on the waterfowl side, but with some of the supply chain issues that were taking place in 2021, we didn't get all of our waterproof jackets in the country in time. So we're going to be relaunching that for 2022 with a mossy oak exclusive camo pattern called Mossy Oak Elements Hybrid Migrate, or Migrate for short, which is just a fantastic waterfowl pattern.
Yeah. Talk to us about that. Frank is saying, all right, tell me about it.
Yes, Frank is saying that. Go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, it's, we're, as far as the waterfowl side is concerned, it's a very big market, and there's some great competitors out there. So we're just trying to come up with, one thing we do at Nomad and Hook is we always look and see what our other competitors are doing, but we try to do it a little bit different. We try to make products that may not be out there, just to try to be innovative and be different from what everybody else is doing.
What sets you guys apart with your waterfowl gear?
Well, one thing what we're doing is we're using some different fabrics that have never been used on the waterfowl side. We're using a aramid type fabric, which is basically the generic name for a Kevlar that we're putting on areas of high abrasion on a lot of our waterfowl product. And we're also using a laminate that is 35,000, 15,000 waterproof, breathable. Some of the most upper end laminates out there are about 28,000, 15,000. So as far as being waterproof, I think what you'll find is the jackets and the bibs that we'll be launching this year are just going to keep you super, super dry and super warm. So a lot of exciting things coming out this fall. When
you mentioned Kevlar, 2 million ducks took notice. I'll say that. And then, of course, Frank said he wears an XL and all that stuff. So, he'll just we'll send you his address later.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it'll be all of our fall products should be launching right around the 1st of July. So,
that's
be a few months before it's here.
Sure.
Now, will some of that be shown if that's around that time at ICAST, or will you guys be at ICAST?
Well, actually, for ICAST, we just focus on our Hook brand, on just our fishing side of the business. So we'll have a whole new lineup of new Hook products.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, there's basically Hook's got new. I mean, there's more to even speak about as far as what's coming down the pipe with the Hook side of the business. So all of that will be there at ICAST.
All right. Hey, Jason, if somebody wants more information about Nomad apparel, the stuff that's coming out for turkey season here, and your full line of apparel, where do they go?
Yeah, they can check us out. First off, we've got a website, which is nomadaoutdoor.com. And then you can also find us Nomad Outdoor on Instagram, Nomad Outdoor on Facebook as well. So you can find there's plenty of information. We're posting new content every day, and there'll be plenty of things to find on social media as far as the new products that we have coming out.
And, Jason, you were, before we got you on the air, you were telling us about one of the things you do in Nashville is you come to the National Wild Turkey Federation event every year here in Nashville. I say here in Nashville. I'm in Memphis, and we're not. But you come every year, and you sit on one of their boards. I understand.
Yes. I'm a volunteer on the NWTF's foundation board. So we're a fundraising arm of the National Wild Turkey Federation, where we raise funds to go towards NWTF missions. And right now, a lot of those missions are supporting wild turkey research. So yes, I've been going to the NWTF convention since 1996, since I was a freshman in college and didn't know a soul. And now every year I go, it feels like a big family reunion. So it's an absolute blast. And if you've never been to the NWTF convention in Nashville, it always takes place right around mid-February. It is an amazing, amazing event. It's, I think, around 55,000 people attend. And if you like to hunt, if you like turkeys, if you like country music, if you like just having a good time, it's an awesome, awesome event.
One of the things I wanted to ask you when I noticed you were going to be on the show, one of the things I wanted to ask you is that if you had one tip that you could give every turkey hunter, what would that tip be?
You know, that is a good question.
That means you're not sure.
Well, no, there's a lot of different tips, but the first thing that I would say is not to call too much. A lot of turkey hunters, every turkey hunter, we love to hear turkeys gobble, and when you call to them, a lot of times you can call to them. The more you call to them, the more they gobble. But gobbling a turkey, getting a turkey to gobble, doesn't always mean calling a turkey into you. So a lot of times when you get that bird fired up and you're calling to him and calling to him and calling to him, he keeps gobbling, well, he's telling you, come to me. So, one of my biggest tips is sit back and listen. And if that bird answers your call, then shut up and let him come to you and find you. And that's the biggest thing. And it's taken me years and years and years. And it's tough because everybody loves to hear turkeys gobble. But, sometimes you have to sit back and put your call away and just let them come find you.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, something from the experts.
Great, Tim.
And appreciate that. And Jason, we wish you guys great success with your new lines, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
Absolutely. Well, gentlemen, we always appreciate your support. Y'all been with us since the beginning for both our Hook and Nomad brands, and we sure appreciate all you do for us in the Mid-South region.
You bet. You have a great rest of the season, Jason, and we'll be right back.